live now.
We're live.
Now we're live.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
Wait, were you going to share it or you're not going to share
I
it?
am. I'm just waiting for it. But I don't see it.
Did it show up?
Oh, there it is.
Okay, now I'm going to hit the theme song. Oh, back once again. Uh-oh. We got all kind of echoes going on.
I want to share this thing right here.
Mute it, man.
There we go.
It's Totally Local Podcast.
It's on the thing.
What do you mean it's on the thing?
Sorry.
That's like you worked in radio.
I know.
You worked in radio and you're fudging. There we go.
I did it.
Totally Local Podcast. Colorful characters, interesting things going on in and around the Jersey Shore. Totally_local_podcast is our Instagram. TotallyLocalPodcast.com is the website. And when I update it, it's going to have all the latest episodes. So,
I think you're laughing because I'm sitting here trying to figure this whole thing out. And I'm holding my headphones like as if I'm DJing. I got one ear in.
Yeah, there's nothing else. There's nothing else out there. The only thing that's happening right now is the theme song. With me, once again. Let's get this fucking fade out.
What you doing? Oh.
No. With me once again is the one, the only Mike Merrell.
Hey.
How's it going, man?
That's good, man. How's it?
I was nervous.
How's it going with you? You were nervous? Why?
Because last week you sounded you were down for the count.
Oh, I was. Yeah, I had like a 3-day span last week where I literally felt like I was crumbling and dying. I woke up with like Sunday night. I went to bed and I woke up with a nasty cold on Monday morning.
Oh man.
It's still there. I feel like it's still like it's that lingering thing where it's
Yeah.
like I don't feel like I'm very clear.
Uh-huh.
I guess like my face.
Face
is
ain't
not.
clear.
It's not.
It's got to
normal.
be that whole, it's the summer's over, and you probably I could just imagine you just partying your ass off all summer, working, partying,
it's
working.
a mix between everything.
And
it's
this
just
is like the time to, your body's like, all right, we're done.
It's finally like, you know what, man? Like, it's my time.
Yeah, we've given you all we can.
It's like it can't be clean and all the time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dirty this thing up for a little bit just so we can come back even stronger later.
Exactly.
It's been a crazy summer. Probably the busiest summer I've ever had. Like since I left like the regular corporate world and like started doing this like bartending, DJing, man about town kind of thing. Like,
That's you.
That's me.
That's you.
So I guess like since I started doing that, I've been DJing for quite a while, but like I guess like I'd say in the last 5 years is when I've been doing this stuff.
Mhm.
Definitely the busiest summer I've ever had.
Yeah.
It's been the most. It's just Asbury is insane right now.
Yeah. I'm like I like see everything going on, and I'm, my wife is obviously pregnant, so like I'm kind of missing this whole thing that's going on. Not that I'm loving everything. If my wife's out there,
Well, it's not okay. So just to stop you, it's not necessarily a thing going on. It's just the thing going on is that there's people are vacationing here. They're renting houses.
But
by the
there's
boatloads.
stuff. Like all my friends are either doing shows, going to shows, and it's like I can't go. I didn't go to all the shows.
I think what was it?
Jams on the Sand was like bigger this year, I think, than it.
Yeah, there was a couple weeks where the weather moved the show, especially in the first few
yeah.
months. The show got moved quite a few times.
Yeah.
But we finished strong. We got kind of lucky. Like there was nice weather every Thursday.
Crazy.
For a while.
What about See Here Now? Were you all up in it or what?
Yeah, I was all up in it.
Like working or working?
So last year I worked it. I bartended it and I was kind of in and around it. This year I had some DJ sets booked for the weekend, so I actually just did that.
You didn't bartend at all?
No. So Saturday night
So you just partied your ass
No,
off.
I kind of did. Like, no, Saturday night I DJed the lanes, which is a lot of fun. I did the 2000s night that I've been doing here and there over there. So that got kind of packed after the show let out. The show let out around 11 o'clock, so we got pretty busy over there. And then Sunday during the day, all my boss at Beach Bar was basically like, hey. Like, we're getting kind of busy on those days. Like, it's going to be kind of jammed. We don't have any entertainment over there. Do you want to just DJ at Beach Bar for the day?
Those are the best.
So, man, I got to say, I did like 1 to 5. It was like a highlight of the whole weekend for me. Like, we had a nice crowd. My buddy Casey DJ'd with me. We had a blast. So that was like a nice highlight. I got to see a couple bands. There was only kind of like a handful I wanted to see anyway.
Yeah.
So I got to see who I wanted to see for the most part. which is nice.
I mean, I was more interested in the smaller bands. I didn't go to it, but like I was more interested in the smaller bands than the bigger bands, except for like maybe the B-52s.
Yeah, I wanted to see the B-52s, but they kind of played right during my DJ set.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a 4:30 set. And I was going to 5, and I wouldn't have made it over there to see them.
Yeah.
I got to see Sharon Van Etten, who I wanted to see more than anybody.
Oh wow.
She was incredible. I really wanted to see Matt and Kim. Unfortunately, they canceled.
Oh really?
Yeah, she like blew her knee out or something. I think the drummer, so they had to cancel all those tour dates. So that was kind of a bummer for me.
Yeah.
Look, I think it was so well done. I think they did a great job. All the employees did great. Musically, it wasn't necessarily like my cup of tea. 80% of it, you know what I mean. I'm not like I would like to see the Lumineers, but I was working, and I just do not like. I said despise, and I don't really want to get into it or sound like a grump. But I'm not a big fan of the Dave Matthews Band.
I like the story of Dave Matthews. I think I saw like his VH1 Behind the Music or some documentary about his come up, and that's cool.
Yeah.
But once you lose the saxophone player,
what's the deal with his come up? Like he was like a kid from the bayou and he didn't have anything, and he played on the street.
No, nothing that cool. I mean, he was just like he was playing by himself, and people liked him so much that like they started playing with him, and he came up like very organically. It wasn't like he was just doing his Dave Matthews thing. And,
his little foot shuffle thing.
Yeah, and then like this kind of band formed around him, so it was just a pretty cool story about a talented guy that his talent showed.
Yeah.
And he but I don't remember the exact details of it, but I'll send you the link once I figure out where I saw it. I know you'd love to know the
Hey,
history.
Andrew, I'm good on that. I think I'm good on it. I mean,
But
hey, we'll see.
I can't say, I'm a Fish fan, so what do I know? But I can't say that like, Dave Matthews is my cup of tea. There's a big divergence right there. There's a big
Between like I would tend to think that a lot of Fish fans also enjoy Dave Matthews.
It's like there's a certain I don't want to I would say that there's probably more female Dave Matthews fans.
Yeah, that's true.
That are Fish fans.
But it's always like the same when you talk to Fish fans and you talk to Dave Matthews fans, they all say the same thing. It's the same shtick. It's the same thing where they're like, hey,
you gotta go.
You gotta go. You gotta see it live.
I can't imagine like when people go to Fish fans, there's a lot of degenerate like people.
Yeah, but
some of those degenerates are good friends of mine. But like they're more like rock and roll, like just partying. And when I think of Dave Matthews, I think of like solo cups and like those like hookah shell necklaces.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, that's
polo shirts.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely part of it. But it's just I don't think not that I'm saying that I think that there's definitely some crossover there between those two bands.
Yeah, there definitely is.
But I mean, there's also crossover between Pantera and Jimmy Buffett. It's whatever people.
I'd like to meet those people.
Yeah, me too. But I think that it's always the same thing where it's like, got to see it live. You don't like it, it'll change your fucking mind. It'll change your mind, man. You got to see it live. And I'm just like, you know what?
It's not for everybody.
It's not for
You've
everybody.
never seen a Fish show.
No. I have seen.
Have you seen Dave Matthews?
No, I know.
You don't know.
I don't like. I understand.
We don't
that.
know, Mike. You might be.
But I just dislike them. So, I mean, there's no way that they can come and perform those songs that I dislike in a way that's going to be like, oh man, you know what? I get it. It doesn't sound anything like it does on record. It's like if Dave Matthews like live, his whole thing was like he puts records out and it's the songs that they are on the record, but when he plays them live, he plays them completely different.
Well, he doesn't. Does he jam out like?
I mean,
Fish,
I think
like,
so. I think I don't. I think Dave Matthews jam outs are not the same as Fish.
That's
jam
what I'm
outs.
saying.
I don't think it's the same.
I don't think we're gonna really get to the bottom of it. The weird thing was I was listening to this. I was listening to this documentary style like Fish podcast where people were talking about how they put their festivals together and how it influenced a lot of different festivals. And I'm listening to it, and one of the episodes, they have Danny Clinch on it, and he starts talking about See Here Now and how it was like, and I was like, that's pretty odd that like, but I guess he's like, I'm assuming he was a Fish fan at some point, but he's like pretty famous, and I didn't realize it was him that put together the whole See Here Now, like he was one of the people.
He's one of the main people that put this whole thing together.
Yeah,
and it's with C3, who's the company that they do Coachella, they do Austin City Limits too. So they're
which you're going to.
Which I'm going to.
When did you decide to do that?
Well, as soon as they announced it and that Cure was playing, and the Cure is my favorite band, so one of my really close friends and I were like, hey man, we gotta go.
I became a Cure fan. I went. I was on a. It was in Asbury Park, and I think I went on a date, but I ended up hanging out with this girl and her friends, and we ended up back at DJ Foggy Notion's house. But Neil wasn't there. Like Maggie was there, and like he wasn't there, and I didn't know who anybody. I didn't know whose house it was, and he had this crazy record collection.
Right.
And I started going through it, and I played a Cure record, and that was like I didn't like the Cure until I listened to that record at his house. So I don't know if he did something to the record or not, but it was really random. And then I woke up in the morning, and like Maggie barely knew me. And she's like, "All right, you gotta get."
Yeah, you gotta go.
Like, what are you?
You're just
who
playing
are you?
movie
What are
records.
you doing here? Get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I could see. I can't see that actually. I've known Maggie for a long time. I can see her be waking up.
No,
and
she
being
was
like,
super
hey, like,
sweet. She was
yeah.
like not. She was just like, ha ha ha, no, get out of here.
Yeah, no,
like,
seriously, like I don't know who you are.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
So I was like, we were hanging out all night. There's pictures of me somewhere dancing around with clogs and a wig, and that's all I can really say about that night. It was a real fun night.
Okay. I don't remember where exactly it started for me. I know for one of the big things was. I think I was like 15 years old or something like that. My mom started dating this guy who later became my stepdad. But they had gone up to like take a trip to New Hope or something, and I was really into music. I guess he maybe assumed that I was like a dark kid or something. I don't know.
See that.
I was brooding. At times when I was a kid,
I could see that. Now you're
so,
smiling, not a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I was just no, because I was like everything, but it was funny because everything was great. I had a great life for the most part, but like I did have that thing where I was like, I found like Pretty Hate Machine at like 15, and I was like listening to like something I can never have, like looking out into like the window and being like, I'm very sad, but I'm like, I hate being like this. Like I'm just a middle class white child with a great cool family and shit.
It's the worst.
It's so bad. Like, the pain I feel inside. So anyway, they went to, and I was like, just bring me back a CD, and they were like, cool, and they bring me back the Cure Pornography. Which
that's an interesting.
I don't know what.
Does it say it on the? Does it say the album name?
It's basically like a black cover with like some weird like mirrored images on the top, and then just says the Cure Pornography on top.
And they were like, "This is the
that was the one that they chose." I think maybe I did, like, I heard a couple Cure songs and I was like, "Give me a Cure record," and that's the one.
Okay.
So it wasn't like.
It's just a weird title to be like, I'm gonna get my son Pornography.
Yeah. So they did, but like,
Out of context,
and like, the first song on that record is 100 Years, which is just like the heaviest, like, just like dark thing. But I heard it, I listened to it for the first time, and I was like, this is for me. Like, this is the kind of music that I like.
Where is the hairspray and some eyeliner?
Yeah, I don't even think I even knew what they even looked like for like another year or two after I saw that.
Is it like, see, the interesting thing is 9 Inch Nails is basically Trent Reznor. So is The Cure basically like what's his name? Robert Smith or whatever?
There's basically like three or four members of that band, or I guess that have been. It's been kind of like a revolving door, but like some people leave, then they come back. Perry Bamonte, who is the one of the, I believe he's the bass player, and then Simon Gallup. I'm sorry, I think it's the other way around. Those three have been in the band, I think pretty much since the beginning. Maybe one or two records they were not on. But they've had a couple different guitar players. A guy named Pearl Thompson. He was played on early records, and he left, and now he's back. Roger O'Donnell played keyboards on Disintegration, and I played keyboards and wrote on a couple of the records, and he was gone. Now he's back. So it's been like, but I mean, it is Robert Smith. I mean, it's his.
You see it in, like, do you just have like a Google alert? Like if the Cure ever pops up, you're just like, where are they?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
do they not play?
So they don't play. They just did. They've been doing like a 30th anniversary tour, kind of thing. But they, the Austin City Limits thing came out, and I saw a headline that they were headlining. And I was like, hey man, like, and this is one of my best friends with you. Like, we love the Cure on an equal plane. So I was like, hey, like, why don't we do this? So we booked we have the tickets, and we have an Airbnb, but we don't have tickets to the show yet.
Wait a second. What?
Yeah, we don't actually have tickets to the festival yet.
Is it sold out?
No, it's not sold out.
Is it like one of those things where it's just so big that it can't sell out?
I mean, it's kind of sold. What they're selling tickets on like another like a Ticketmaster non-direct reseller right now.
Shit. What are you thinking, man?
I mean, hey, this is where we are. There's still tickets. It's gonna be a lot more expensive than I thought, but I have some feelers out.
So you have connects out in Austin?
I have So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I might be able to pull something off here without having to worry about that.
You'll get in, I guess, man. That's crazy.
I'll get in. Well, listen, it's gonna be like one way or the other. That I'm gonna get in, or I'm gonna have to pay like about half my rent.
I've been to Austin twice. I had one of the most like debaucherous, crazy weekends in Austin. With I went to go see a wedding, but all my friends that were out there for the wedding were just lame, and I ended up hanging out different people each night, people that I never met before, and I can't even get into the details because it's so sordid. But I had a great time, and then before that, I went to South by Southwest. Like in 2008, you know, when it was good, man. Everyone that's ever gone to South by Southwest, no matter whatever year it was, that was
the best year.
That was the best year.
But like this year, it's probably gonna suck.
Well, it's just gotten, you know, and I could say this now, but I'm like, it's just gotten worse and worse. Now I don't even, you know, it was kind of the same thing. Where in 2008, the lineup were all these like DJs and bands that I just loved like that year, like Diplo, Cut Copy, like just the list of people. There's these DJs from I forget what the name of those guys are, but you meet them all. They're just hanging out.
Yeah.
You know, so it was really surreal.
Yeah, this is my first time going to Austin. The lineup's really great. It's it's definitely like it's super diverse.
People are nice there too. They're cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the people. I'm looking forward to the the food. I have some friends down there that I'm looking forward to seeing. But it's basically like a lot of the stuff that I want to see. It's like The Cure, Tame Impala, Childish Gambino, Tom York, the Raconteurs. There's like a lot of, and then there's like a lot of like electronic. There's like Grizz, RL Grime, Hippie Sabotage. There's a lot of cool stuff.
I thought Childish Gambino was like hanging up his white
pants.
No,
I think like I think like after this tour, I think he's gonna probably wind up taking like a long break.
He does so much stuff.
Yeah,
his show's good. You know, his music's good.
Atlanta's good, man.
Oh, it's so
Atlanta's
good.
Real good.
Yeah.
I mean, can we talk about? You know what? Actually, I was just talking about somebody. Taylor Allen. We were
Taylor, how's he doing?
Shout out to Taylor. I think he's good.
I gotta sit down with him. I got a project I want to work on with him. I got a collab I want to do.
But he sent me the link to that trailer for the new Adam Sandler movie. It's called Uncut Gems. And Lakeith Stanfield is in it.
Who's that?
He's in Atlanta too. He's like not Paperboy. He's the other guy.
Okay, yeah.
He's the guy who gets like abducted in Get Out in the beginning of Get Out. But that guy is like a national treasure as an actor. He's incredible, and he's in this movie or whatever. But I just wanted to take like a minute to just have like Lakeith Stanfield's appreciation moment.
Okay.
Because I think he's a great actor, and I think he's going to be like doing really great things.
Wow.
What else? Oh,
prediction.
Man, what was the movie he
Is that
did
what
that
Taylor
was so
does?
good?
You guys he just send you trailers.
Well, he'll send me trailers.
He's like, hey boo, here you go.
What is a movie? I watched it. It was such a great movie with a super like mind twist at the end. Thank you for not. What is it?
Don't
Sorry to bother you.
Okay.
that movie was incredible.
Was it like in theaters?
Yeah.
Was it in,
Sorry to bother you. Yeah, it was.
I mean, did you see it in theaters or is it on TV?
Man, I've seen one movie in the movie theater in like a year.
I miss going to the movies.
I do too. I went to go see the last Avengers movie.
I go old. I like old man style though. I like going at 11 a.m.
Oh, I do too. If I can go during the day, I love that.
Yeah.
The only thing is like it's always that weird feeling when you go into the movies at noon and you walk out at 2 and it's like wow. I can't believe that it's the whole day is still here.
Just going back in.
I'm going back in. Yeah, I mean that's it. If you're ever gonna do a double feature, you got to go early.
Yeah. So what? As far as the summer, I mean, it's crazy because it's hot as balls outside.
Yeah.
Like, what are some of the highlights from your like? What were you doing that you can tell us about without getting arrested?
Honestly, I really can't. I just I really kind of had had a couple really fun DJ gigs. Like I really, I'm still kind of like just doing the thing in the scene and having some good times there. I mean, honestly, like it was so busy between all both jobs that I have, and just I don't know. I mean, I went out. You know what the best part of my summer was the fact that I took a random 5-day trip out to Napa.
Fancy.
I mean, I was in Napa for a day and a half, but I did I was in Cali for a couple days.
So it just kind of all blur as far as being here.
I mean, total blur. Honestly, like I'm not. It's not, and I don't
I
mean
remember those
blur.
days.
I don't mean blur where it was just like like a big party the whole time. But I mean, it was just
Sure
like
was.
it was. But it was like it was a lot. It was I was working 6 days a week and then trying to enjoy myself in the middle of it.
Uh-huh.
So it was Groundhog Day-ish, to be honest with you, a little bit.
You just wake up every single day.
But it's like, all right, wake up. What do I have to do? Do I have to, do I do like my closing 3 nights in a row? Am I, I'm doing an open and close, whatever. I'm just like,
Uh-huh.
can't wait till Tuesday to have that day off.
Is it just like every year it's just getting incrementally like crazier, like the tourists?
Oh
and
yeah,
everything?
I mean it's kind of crazy where I always think to myself like I used to go to shows in Asbury like 15 years ago and like
It's fucking dead.
it was nobody there. Like you would just get in and get out, and now I'm like seeing families walk around with like pink Asbury Park hats and like all this Asbury Park gear, and it's cool, and it's also weird, and it's also sucks. Like it's like a mixture. I don't know.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, we've talked about it before, but like, do you find that like, how do I say this? Like, there's more cute women going to Asbury Park now, because I've been to some of your gigs, and maybe you brought me to the gig. I don't know, but I'm just like, maybe it was me. Maybe I was repulsing the women, but like I remember when me and you would do gigs, it'd be like our friends hanging out, people from town, people around, whatever, random people, whatever. But like I go to the gigs now, or I've been to a couple of your gigs recently where I'm just and I've gone out to Asbury Park, and I'm like, there's so many more like young, attractive.
Yeah,
people.
well, that's because because now it's like now Asbury is the spot. So and like now it's like so now like all the girls who would just go to like Headliner and Bar A and like go to those or go to like
I've never been
what
to
else?
Bar
Red,
A.
they would go to Red Bank for the night and go to like whatever. Like they're like, oh well, Asbury's cool, so let's go there instead.
Yeah, I guess so.
And that's just kind of how it is.
I went to Bar A once to go to that Burger Fest. I think I saw you at
Oh,
Burger
yeah.
competition. But other than that, I couldn't, like, people from where I was working at the time be like, yeah, we're going down. I'm like, I don't think I can physically like move myself into the premises, I don't think I would feel comfortable.
But then you know what happens though? It's like so then yes, like so there's more like attractive women and people coming to town, which also equals fucking douchebag guys. You know what I mean? Like it's like they bring their own baggage with them, and it's like all the Chads and Brads. You know what I mean?
They're,
and
like,
just like
the pioneer, like it's like the pioneers, and like Lewis and Clark are like the hot women, and then behind them are just these disgusting American like
it's
coming
just like
through and ruining.
yeah, just like very like polo shirty, like Trumpy, like tribe,
Really?
like
A
that
lot
whole
of-
like tribe, like the tribal tattoo that starts here and then
Yeah.
it wraps around. It's got like points, like
Yeah, what is that,
coming
man?
out for the neck. I mean, look, man, it's New Jersey.
Is
Like you know what I'm
there-
saying? Like it's just
Is
that-
there really a Trump population of people like our age and younger that are coming
I
out?
think that a lot of like the 24 to like 35-year-old men from places like from like surrounding towns.
Yeah.
And I think I think a lot of those dudes are very like, yes, 2020, because they're their dads are like that too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's definitely it's not a like the liberally hipstery shit is like
They go
very
out on Thursdays to
few and
jams
far
on
between.
the sand, and then that's it. They
Yeah,
go
I
home.
mean, it's definitely like there's definitely like when I said like when a place becomes popular,
Yeah.
then it opens up the floodgates for all of the other cultures
Especially
to come
around
in.
here.
They're very like collegey, collegiate.
What is so?
stuff.
I was like being idealistic in my mind, thinking about you playing. I'm picturing like you as a young teenager listening to The Cure, staring out your window, being all sad, and then like cut to you DJing out, playing like The Cure, looking cool, but still like having that sad mentality.
Right.
And I'm assuming now that you told me Chad and Brad showed up that like that are with that type of person that I'm thinking about that they are they coming up to you and being like, why are you playing this sad
No,
music,
I mean,
bro?
well, first off, it's I when I play out,
It's Saturday at 10:30. Why are you playing?
No, because
Pretty
you know
Hate
what?
Machine right now?
I pick and choose my battles because I
Uh-huh.
know, like, I definitely know how to work a party and play like feel good music. But, excuse me, what I try to do is I try to play that upbeat, feel good stuff, even if it's stuff that's not super popular or people know. And then kind of like I'll throw like a sad, weird shoegazy thing in the middle of it, and then go right back. You know what I mean?
So
Just
they
to,
can go
like,
get a drink
to
or
pop it in
something.
there. I mean, not even that. Like it just like, I mean, I've always told you my goal is for I have people come up to me in a lot of my gigs and be like, I don't know any of this stuff, but I like it, and that's like what I'm doing it for.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then honestly, like, I like once I played rap music, everyone's fine with it.
Yeah.
All the Chads and Brads and even the
what were
the cool kids.
What was like
it.
what was the song that you played this summer where like the Chads, Brads, and Dads would be like, this is this everyone loved it.
Probably like anything Lizzo or Body by Loud Luxury.
Wow.
Was a big song this year.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know what that is.
Like Body by Loud Luxury, that was a big one.
I'm so out of it. I'm not hip anymore.
That was the one that was like a cool song that everyone knew. Everyone would like dance to if they heard it, kind of thing.
So usually Leo's here, but it's like Batman and Bruce Wayne because like you've been showed up. I'd say out of the.
I've been here. I've done this probably 5 times. He's only been here 4. This is 4.
I think this is
Are you
the
sure?
4th. Maybe it might be the 5th.
But he's only been here twice.
Okay. All right. So
maybe only once, honestly.
Yeah, Batman, Bruce Wayne kind of a situation where one of you is here, one of you isn't. And we're like, what's going on here? But it was totally. I assumed he was going to be here, but he texted me last week and said he wasn't. So it just kind of worked out this way. I think he actually told me, he's like, yeah, we should probably do it on a Friday next week. This was last week, and I was probably like, yeah, okay, cool. And then I totally forgot, so he's probably mad at me right now. And then also a friend of the show, Angelo Gingerelli, when he was interviewing me, when he did the show with Leo about my album, like he was funny. Like I could take a good ball busting if anybody knows me knows that. But he came on, he's like Leo does all this research. He Pizza Quest. He's out there. He's going places. The train station. Blah blah. He's like besides.
Wait, the train station? What?
He does the Coastline tour.
Oh right, okay.
He's doing all this stuff, and he's like, Andrew, besides bringing Mike Merrell on the show all the time, what do you bring to the table?
That's great.
Yeah. So thank you for bringing my like salvation.
Yeah, I got you. No problem.
Yeah.
What's up, Benj?
Oh man,
That's my guy.
There's more comedy stuff going on around here. Speaking of like Taylor Allen.
Oh yeah,
and,
well
Angela.
they're doing what is the date of the Bruja? They're doing the second one at the.
It's coming up.
It's coming up. Well, it's like the end of October. I think it's like I think it's whatever Sunday. I think it's the 20th. Yeah, it's the 20th, October 20th.
I definitely want to do that.
And his old band Skull Motion is going to play. I said that weird. Skull Motion. Yeah, so it's going to be cool. I got to prepare my joke. I don't know what it's going to be.
So what is the deal with you got to everyone just tells one joke?
Yeah, you get up, we tell one joke and you walk off.
Do you have like a Seinfeldy joke? Or
I mean, I had a Seinfeldy joke last year. I don't remember. I wish I remember what it was.
Oh,
I think it was like a Stevie Wonder joke or something. It was like some really real dad joke kind of thing.
Have you been thinking about this one?
Not until right this moment, actually.
Okay. Well, I can't. Yeah, I can't. Is there a time limit? Can the joke be long? It's just one joke?
No, just one joke. I mean, it's not. There's no time limit per se because some people were doing like a little bit of like a small anecdote or something, but like. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Wow, you should do some observational. Who's your favorite comedian?
Ooh, that's a tough question.
Who's somebody you think is funny?
Well, of course, my good friend Kurt Brownohler. I think he's hysterical. I really like.
Can you call him up and like help you punch up some
I
jokes?
mean, look, if I if I called him and was like, "Hey, I need a joke," he would give me a joke.
Oh, see, that's too that.
But that's cheating. I want to like
cheating.
Yeah, I guess not.
That's a layup.
I feel like it's unfair. I'm like,
okay, well, go to him with an idea. And then have him punch it up. That's what they do.
I'm like, Kurt, I need a joke. And he's gonna be like, I just had a baby. Leave me alone.
Everyone's having babies, man.
Yeah, you're having a baby soon.
I know.
Who's my favorite? I don't know who my favorite friend. Oh, first off, I went to see Eric Andre.
My brother went to see that
the other day, and that was incredible.
He pulled his pants down, his dick between his legs or something?
Yeah, he did at the end of the show.
Yeah, interesting.
People were chugging ranch dressing. That was disgusting. But that was after his, he did, a good hour stand-up.
Yeah.
Which without, any of the props or any of the weird stuff. Just, straight up stand-up, and it was incredible. Oh, okay. I know there's... I love... My favorite stand-up special of the last year or two is Nate Bargatze.
Wow, you always pull out these obscure. I'm like,
he's got a Netflix special called The Tennessee Kid, and it is absolutely hysterical. One of my favorite stand-ups I've ever seen.
All right, I'll have to check that out then.
So that's my pick of the year.
So wait, back to this Bruja. It's Bruja 2, right?
Yeah.
So everyone comes up, and are you on the? There's a flyer.
I am.
Oh wow.
I am on the flyer. I'm actually
Yeah.
I'm towards the bottom. It's like it's almost like they were almost done. They were like, oh shit.
How do I don't know about Leo, but at least get me. I gotta be Bruja 3. I gotta like talk to somebody.
But this way you have 13 months to figure out what your joke's gonna be.
Oh man, I got tons of. I can go up there. I could do it right now.
I mean, look, if you wanted to go up there, I mean, but the thing is, like, if you were on the flyer, if you're not on the flyer, were you ever really there?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not doing it. If you want me there, you put me on the flyer, man. I'm not messing around. Damn. But that's at the Asbury Brewery.
It's at the AP Brewery.
Who's the dude that he's your friend? Because I follow you on Twitter, and then like I'll just randomly find people, like if you like some hot girl, then I'll go look at the hot girl, or like you like something, I'll go look at it, and your friend that is like, does he own, or like what is his deal with Asbury Brewery? Does he own it?
Yes.
Does he operate it? What's that dude's name?
Jeff?
Yeah. Jeff Plate? Yeah.
Yeah, that's my best friend.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Because I started I didn't know who he was, and I started following, oh, funny. And then I made some comment on the Asbury Park Brewery, on the Asbury Brewery Twitter page, the actual official one.
Right.
And I was just like, when are you bringing that sour beer back? And he's like, it's there now. And I was just like, oh. I was like, I'm gonna go have it. I'm gonna go listen to my friend's band. Blah blah blah.
You haven't at this whole time. You haven't met him like through me at any point.
No, there's some random people that I just never I haven't met. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I put it together very slowly.
He's the owner of the.
We gotta get him on here.
I mean, he'll come in and do this with us.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, he'd love to do it.
That'd be awesome. Bring some beers over.
Yeah.
And drink
all
them.
that. And drink it and have them.
And do they? I gotta ask them too. If they, it's such dumb questions, but is it just? I want to know if the sour beer they have is just on tap, or if they can it.
So they do can it. It's called the Naive Melody.
Yes. So good.
It's on tap a lot of the time.
I didn't think they had it all the time.
No, I said a lot of the time. I didn't say all the time.
Oh.
Sometimes, I mean, they don't. I think they might have it right now.
Yeah.
But it's in and out. It just depends on. It depends on like what they're brewing. You know what their demand is. Like if they have like a lot of the Blonde and the Sea Dragon are like the two flagship beers. Those are the ones that go. But like they might not have made any of it recently because they just put the Oktoberfest out. The Fest, which is a great beer too. So if it's not out for a while, they'll bring it back at some point. But yeah, they were canning it.
I love a good can of beer.
Yeah,
I
like that sour. I'm not big on sours. I have a thing where I'm not a very big beer drinker generally.
Yeah.
But I love their roasted stout. It's probably my favorite beer of all time.
I wouldn't put you as a stout guy.
Well, that's the beers that I kind of like. I like my beers dark and
like your music
and thick.
Oh, okay.
Dark like my music. Yeah.
Speaking of your music, when's the next time? I mean, aside from you coming up with one joke, God bless you for this Bruja thing. Like, when is your do you have any gigs coming up, or
so
what
do I have? Yeah, so I'm doing I mean, just kind of the same stuff. I'm doing usually I do the first Saturday of every month at Little Buddies. But since I'm going to be in Austin next week, I'm not going to be here. So I'm doing later in the month on the 19th, I'll be there. I'm also doing Halloween at the Asbury Lanes.
Oh, Convention Hell?
No, I'm not doing Convention Hell. I've done that the last couple years. No, at the Lanes. Yeah, they're doing. But I think this is like on Halloween night. It's not like on the weekend or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not doing Convention Hell this year. I've done it the last 2 years, though. Neil's Foggy Notion's going to do it this year.
Oh, right on.
Switch it up a little bit. So I've done it. Actually, I've done it. It's been 4 years they've done Convention Hell, so I've done 2 of the 4 years.
Oh, that's dope.
One of them I wasn't available. So
So
yeah, so that'd be fun. So I'm doing that, and then that's pretty much it for the month of October. I'm away for a week, so that's kind of like throwing me back.
I'm a little disappointed that first of all, I wasn't allowed to go to Little Buddy's Hideaway when it was too cool. They didn't let me in, and then I was allowed in eventually. And it's the Hideaway, so it's that side door.
Yeah.
And now they're just opening the front door.
Why weren't you allowed in, Little Buddies?
They just saw me and they're like, no. They just
You're a
looked at
troublemaker, man.
Well, I think it was just because I'm such a square. They just looked at me and they're like, no, you can't come in.
You're just making this up.
I wasn't hip enough. I saw you DJing in there, and you're like, you just ignored me, and they wouldn't let me in.
I don't think that's how that works, but that's okay.
Well, it doesn't work that way anymore because now they have the front door open. I'm like, how could you be a Hideaway when you got a front door?
Yeah.
It's
not my favorite. And it's funny because they never told me that they were going to start leaving that door open, and then people were coming in there, and I'm like, "Hey, you can't come in this door." And they're like, "What are you talking about, man? It's open." You're like, they're like, "It's open," and there's a thing that says outside that you're DJing in here with an arrow. But I was like, "Hey, man," I was like, "Hey, hey, the door's unlocked.
And they're just looking at you like,
and they're just like,
crazy.
yeah, man. Yeah, I'm like running. I'm like, I can't, like seriously.
Security!
I left my DJ table to go walk down to that little step and lock the door again. And they were like, "What are you doing?" I'm like,
"It's a hideaway."
I'm like, "This is when did you guys decide to change this?" Like,
it got too crazy.
well, you know, it gets a little busy, and you can't like log jam that door anymore. It's
That's
not
what
like,
was happening for a while. But it would just on that side area, it would just be too fakakta. But
they just kind of had to do that.
So little buddies, the lanes on Halloween. When's Halloween this year? It's not on the weekend.
No, it's on a Thursday.
Oh, interesting.
It's on a Thursday. So
I really wanted to work on a couple's costume with my wife. I was thinking UPS drivers, and then she could have like a box, like a package
with her baby bump inside of it.
Yeah, special delivery.
I guess it's not even a baby bump. It's actually like
a full
she has a whole human there.
Yeah, it's big, and it's trying to get out too now. It like keeps like punching its stomach, and I see it now.
Well,
like,
it's November, I guess.
Yeah,
November. What, first week of November?
November 26th.
I think that thing's coming earlier than that.
That's what we just did. The
I didn't refer to your child as that thing. I'm just saying, like I just saw
that thing's coming soon.
I mean, I just saw Lauren last week, and I mean, it looks like if she went into labor the next day, I wouldn't be surprised.
They just had her baby shower. Turns out that I'm quite the crafter because me and Lauren, we spent one weekend building a nice little guess the date calendar. Went to Michael's, bought some stuff, painted some things.
Oh, so you had your guess. They had to guess the date, and what did they win if they got the date right?
I don't know. I think we put some package of whatever, like a gift card thing with other stuff in it, and we send it to.
Nice
I mean,
kiss on the lips.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we had a kid. What do you want from us? I don't know what they get actually. You know?
Did anyone get it right?
The baby ain't here yet. How do you sound like my grandmother, dude? That's exactly what she did. You have to guess the weight and you have to guess the date.
I guess you're right.
And at the end of it, she's like, "So who won?"
Yeah, I know.
And
well,
like,
I mean, you're right. It was a dumb question. I thought they wanted to know because obviously they give you like a target date.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe they needed to guess whoever got to the target date. Yeah.
No.
I wasn't. I'm not that dumb. I mean, I'm a little slow sometimes.
We put the target date on there, and only one person, my sister-in-law, guessed the target date. Everyone else guessed all these.
Can I guess a date? Can I text you with it? Because it's see.
And I'm putting you in then if you guess right.
Do I have to give you like $10 or something?
No.
I'm just texting you. I know this is like. I mean, it's.
No, do it.
All right. Do it. The target date was what, November? There was like Thanksgiving, basically, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna say your baby's birthday. Do we know the sex yet?
We do not.
Okay.
You can guess the sex, the weight, and the date.
Okay. I'm not guessing weight seems dumb.
I don't know.
I don't even know what like appropriate baby weight is. Like
I can't guess the amount of people in a room, and I can't guess anyone's.
All right, I'm gonna say November 16th.
Oh wow, that's wow. Okay,
that's what. That's like
early.
About but that's only
10
like
days.
it's only like all right, 10 days. All right,
that's fine. You know, I've learned a lot about childbirth. I'm not an expert, but my wife has explained a lot of things to me.
Right. Actually, you know, I'm gonna go.
That's totally normal. You can't wait. You're gonna take it back now?
No, I was gonna do one day later, but I'm gonna.
No, dude. You didn't set it in stone.
So no, November 16th. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a girl.
You think so?
Yes.
Oh man, I'm nervous about that. I don't know what would be worse or better because I don't know how to play baseball, so. I feel bad for my kid if it's a boy, but at the same time, if it's a girl,
are you throwing around names though?
Oh, we've had some ideas. She's not really. This is the kind of thing where like Lauren really has to like. There'll be certain points in life where I love my wife, but she'll like procrastinate on certain things.
Right.
Like, oh, my registration is expired by like 6 months. I got to go get that. And I told her, I'm like, when the baby pops out, we can't wait like 6 months. We got to have a name.
Right.
That could lead to psychological issues, I believe. You know, if the baby's just there and we're just like, hey, and it's like, well, what's my name? You know?
I don't think that's how that works.
I don't know. Maybe
did you say you just learned a lot about?
I did.
You could actually give that baby a different name every day. For 2 years, and it wouldn't have any idea.
I found out that we had a in the family because my dad's dad's from Missouri, and there was a name Leroy was in the family.
Right.
So I was gonna go with Augustus Leroy Talcott because I think that it sounds cool.
Yeah.
But
Augie.
Lauren wasn't. Yeah, like wasn't
That's cool.
really. You know. And then Magdalena, we were throwing that name out there.
I like that too.
We were throwing out the Dolores. That's my mother-in-law. She hates her name, but I think her name's cool.
I have a plant named Dolores.
See? good things.
Yeah.
You know, so it's perfect. That's perfect. You were named after a plant. You know, but nothing really set in stone. I feel like I'm gonna have to really step up to the streets here and kind
I
of.
like Magdalena.
That's fun.
I think it's a
fun
cool name.
You know,
And you get a lot of shortcuts there.
yeah. Oh yeah, you could do all kinds of. But then that's the funny thing is like Lauren's like, well, you know, we could do this and we could do that. Like if we name her Elizabeth, we can call her Betty. I'm like, but you can't really pick. If the kid wants to be called something else like Liz, then that's what the kid's gonna want to be called. You can't force.
Right.
You know, I don't want you to do that, but. You know, but basically, I think we should probably nail it down. I don't want it to be this thing where we're hemming and hawing.
I mean, I
weeks.
think you should. I think you should at least
Have a
put
list.
like 3 and 3.
Yeah.
Right, like 3 names, and then you just decide when you see it.
You know, but I kind of been leaning towards now. I kind of want like at first I didn't want dumb like no I don't want to say dumb, but I didn't want like crazy names.
Yeah.
But now I'm like I kind of do want crazy.
No, get
names.
it. Get weird with it.
I was thinking golden. What do you think of golden? Golden Talcott.
I mean, it's not bad. I mean, good together.
You're
it sounds
feeling
like,
it like you're feeling this all true coconut jackfruit.
Yeah. Shout out to All True Coconut Jackfruit. Just natural flavors, no artificial sweeteners.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
That's the tagline.
I mean, it's got antioxidants and electrolytes. Let's see, developed by 3 scientists. You know, once there's more than 2 scientists involved, you're good.
They say too many cooks in the kitchen, but they never say too many scientists in the kitchen.
It's a fusion of exotic flavors and a proprietary blend of electrolytes, natural caffeine, and antioxidants.
The guy's from New Jersey, so he's sponsoring the show today.
Cool. Shout out to him. I'm going to take one of these with me.
All right, you should do that. There's jackfruit. There's all kinds of different flavors
Yeah,
in there.
prickly pear, I heard Ming say.
Yeah, so go check it out.
Cool. So I texted you. So I put November 16th, girl, and 5 pounds 9 ounces.
Interesting. I don't know if that's big or small.
I think it's small.
Okay.
I think it's a smaller baby.
Take it.
I think you and Lauren are smaller people.
Thank you.
So I feel like your baby's
feeling small.
No, I mean I don't mean that part. I mean I feel the same
some...
way. I've been really eating like shit the last month.
I ate some like fast food on the way over here. Like
yeah, you're saying what's
your
go-to McDonald's order?
Man, well, recently, because today,
How many times are you eating McDonald's recently?
No, I'm just saying what's my go-to order. My go-to, I guess, off the top of my head, would just be crispy chicken sandwich, fries, and a drink. That's.
So wait, okay, all right.
But today I went with the, because I didn't want to eat it and I didn't want to fill up on bread, so I just got the 6-piece chicken nugget and the small fries.
No wonder you feel terrible.
It was so. What are you talking about?
Because that's like, listen. I mean, I have like, if I ever get nuggets, I eat McDonald's or even any fast food once every couple months. Although I've had it twice. I've had it twice in the last 2 months. I had McDonald's once and I had Wendy's once. I usually get the same thing every time. I go 2 cheeseburger meal, whatever. But if I get like a 4 nugget thing on the side, just to have a taste because they're delicious.
Yeah,
I love them.
I don't know what it is, but it ain't chicken, and I love it.
But I don't know what it is either. But it puts it over the top for me. Like I know that if I put chicken nuggets into the fold, I'm gonna have a stomach ache.
I just needed something to. I had to make it like I have to go. Me and my dad have a long-standing tradition of going to eat dinner. And my dad, as he gets older and he gets more set in his ways, he wants to go eat dinner. Every Wednesday we go, excuse me, and we go to Brando's now.
Oh.
And we go at 4 p.m.
Yeah, well, their happy hour is great.
Yeah, but going to eat dinner at 4 p.m. really throws off
my day. How old is your dad?
He's like 72, 3, 4.
I like how he wants to go to like a nice restaurant, but also go for the early bird time.
Yeah, well, and we sit at the bar because he likes BSing with the bartenders there.
Yeah.
And like shout outs to Katie, aka Mumbles, that works there. She's cool.
Mumbles.
They sit there and they can't understand each other because she talks really fast.
And he talks really old.
He can't hear. And yeah, they're far enough away and he talks, yeah. So like she's like, blah, 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 and he's like, huh? And I have to sit there because I can understand them both because I'm not like, slow. I interpret for both of them. So I started calling her Mumbles. But I have to go at 4. I have to go there at 4 p.m.
Right.
Which is kind of like you were saying before about movie theaters. Like in the summer, we'll be in there, we'll be hanging out, blah blah blah, having a couple beers, and I'll think I'm going out, and it's dark, and it's still like 6 p.m. It's like bright out and hot as hell. So it's something to get used to.
But that happens. That's going on today. That happens today at 4.
Yeah. So that's why, because that's why I couldn't eat too much. But when you go to McDonald's, you have to get the fries.
Well, you have to get the fries. I mean, even if you just went and got fries, and that was it.
I was thinking about doing that, but I was like, is that crazy?
What's your another big question, by the way? Because I feel very strongly about this. What's your nugget sauce?
I mean, I don't want you to. I don't know. It's sweet and sour.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't know where you're going with that.
Listen,
it's so good.
I know that this is like a hot topic for me. Like I feel very strongly about this. I feel like sweet and sour sauce is really pretty much the only acceptable sauce.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you got a lean barbecue, like that's
what other sauces do they have?
Oh, there's so many. There's like honey mustard and ranch, and they have a signature sauce or something. I mean, disgusting. Like if you go and you get nuggets and then don't get sweet and sour sauce, as you're pulling out, find the closest garbage can and crumble it up and just throw it in there.
They did give me, and I got a little soda too, and I was in such a rush I couldn't say nothing, but they gave me the soda and it was just covered in soda. Like they didn't give me.
Oh, so like it overflowed, but they didn't wipe it down.
And the lady just looked at me and she's like, sorry. Like I don't even think she meant it.
Like, you have a million napkins in there.
I didn't know what to do, so I just left. I had to put it into an old coffee cup I had to put it cup inside the other cup because I couldn't do it. When I was a kid, I would get the sweet and sour, and then I'd have the barbecue just as a palate cleanser. I would go back and forth. But then as I evolved, as my palate changed, I realized that sweet and sour is really the only
it's really the only one. It's the only one.
It's the only one to go to. I almost went to Popeyes on the way here because I'm really interested in knowing if that whole chicken sandwich thing is just hype or if it's actually good. You ever go to Popeyes?
So it's funny because I just passed it.
Yeah.
And I guess this chicken sandwiches, they don't have it anymore for now, but it's coming back or something.
It's got to be some marketing hype. They can't.
I mean, it's got to be because there was apparently lines around the block and they would run out of it and people were going crazy about it.
It's just chicken. It's just what they usually serve. It's just on a bun, right?
I mean, it's their chicken tender thing on a bun with like some special sauce or whatever, and that's it.
Well,
I want to try it.
I'm glad I didn't. I can't say I'm glad because I went.
I mean, how many days a week are you here?
Here?
Yeah.
Just today.
Just today?
Yeah.
Just only one day a week?
Yeah. What do you think? I'm podcasting every day?
I mean, I thought you were here a little bit more than that.
No,
I was thinking you had Popeyes right across the street.
No, I've helped them do other shows before, but other than this, I do have to figure out a better schedule, and maybe your background in radio can help me understand that Wednesdays at 2 is not always the best or ideal time for most people. Not everyone has a flexible schedule like you or I, so I don't know. I'm thinking about switching it up, but I think people like the daytime.
Well, what time are you thinking about switching it up?
I'm thinking about doing Fridays at like 4.
Oh.
Is that bad?
I mean, I probably wouldn't ever be able to do it.
Fridays at 3.
Yeah, I mean earlier, I could do Friday afternoons.
Friday 3 o'clock. Friday.
Yeah, I mean that's possible.
I don't know. Yeah, okay. Well then I might switch it to them because I don't know. This Wednesdays, plus with going to Brando's at 4 p.m.
Yeah, really... no. Well, I mean, I think this would make it easier for you because you could just, it's almost 3 now.
Yeah, well, it did in theory, but I have other stuff going on. I've been kind of busy lately, so. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
So what do you do? So the rigatoni bolognese at Brando's is one of my favorite meals in town.
Interesting.
Incredible.
I don't think I've ever had the rigatoni bolognese.
Well, I think maybe today might be the day.
Today might be the day. I usually, if I'm like feeling good and I like won something or accomplish something that day, I'll just get the filet mignon because it's killer.
Yeah.
It's killer.
Thanks, Dad.
What are you talking about?
You taking him out?
What? No, he's old school.
That's what I'm saying. He's picking up the bill, right?
Yeah.
So of course you get whatever you want. I'm coming next week. And 4 o'clock is good because this way, like, I work at 6 on Wednesdays, so I can come in for dinner with you guys.
Oh, come and hang out. I wish they would switch up their beers there or switch something up. It's just like the menu is just the menu. I've had everything on the menu, but Anyway, all right. I guess that's about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Keep looking at your watch. You got somewhere.
No, it's not that. I'm just.
Are you? Is that like some kind of fancy watch where people are messaging you?
No, I mean it's an Apple Watch. Actually nobody's messaging me at all. I feel like I have this like weird screensaver thing on it, and like every time like a cat.
It's like a clock.
Yeah, but it has like this like expanding thing, and it just kind of catches my eye. So I'm like,
you can't wear stuff like that, dude. You're like a cat.
My AD...
You can't have anything like that around you.
I can't. And people always ask me like, what are you looking at your watch for? I'm just like, I can't help it. Like it's blue and it's shiny.
You got to change it to something stationary.
I do. I really do. I know. I know. Happens all the time.
Oh man, Mike, it's always fun.
It's always good.
And we're gonna get
see
you.
ya.
We're gonna get you in here maybe someday when Leo's here, and we're creeping up on the. We're creeping up on the 50th episode is going to eventually happen.
Oh,
and
nice.
I'd like to do like a party.
Well, you know what? The thing I want to do next time is I think the next time I come in,
Mhm.
I like to bring Jeff in.
That'd
Jeff
be
Late.
great.
If not, I think like I'll come in. Maybe I'll come in with Taylor,
All right.
so we can kind of promote the Bruja.
That'd be great. When is that again?
It's October 20th. So
Oh,
maybe
let's
we'll figure
do
out a
it.
date for a couple weeks from now.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's tough with Taylor because I know he works during the day, so it might be rough.
He did it once, and he was just like, he's like, is this gonna be shared anywhere? I'm like, yeah, maybe. He's like, 'Cause I'm not supposed to be here right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
off or whatever.
I'm like, dude, no one's like, we're not. No one's getting it. Like, I love it. I love the people that listen to it, but it's not gonna get out to the point where you're gonna get fired or anything.
I think he's gonna be fine. We'll see if we can figure something out.
Yeah, it would be cool, and we could maybe switch it up. We could maybe do it at, whatever, at the brewery at an off-peak time.
Yeah, I mean, we could do. Yeah, that might actually could be like a very ideal thing where like we could sit down. The floor was actually me, you, Jeff, and Taylor.
Yeah.
And then we could do it at the brewery and then kind of go from there.
Leo, you don't have to be there, I guess.
I keep forgetting. Well, I like
It's like
since he's not here so much, like I forget he has anything to do with this. But
all right,
I wish he was here. I miss you, Leo.
Set that up, and we'll all sit down and do that. That would be cool.
Cool.
So I'm gonna be texting you. So the next time you look at your watch, it'll be me.
Well, I hope it's gonna be next time you text me. You're like, you're right about the baby thing, and I'll be like, where's my prize?
Where's your prize? You're getting a gift card to McDonald's. Extra sauce. All right. Thanks everybody. This is Totally Local Podcast. TotallyLocalPodcast.com. Thank you, Mike Merrell.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here. Leo, we miss you. Thank you, Ming. Thank you, Shared Universe Podcast Studio. Everyone pick up All True, where all jackfruit products are sold. It's delicious. Thanks again, everyone. Have a wonderful time doing whatever you're doing.